Hello beautiful friends, this is Erica with Crystal Rose Insights, here to do a special video for the Twin Flame Collective, Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine, about this upcoming incredible full moon lunar eclipse that's happening this Friday, July 27th. This is a big energy. This is a big summer, as you know, energetically, if you've been watching my channel and all these other channels. We have a lot of events happening this summer in the cosmos that are really impacting the collective consciousness. And this Friday's full moon lunar eclipse is, I believe, the longest lunar eclipse that is happening here in the 21st century to date. So it's a big deal. It's like the eclipse is is the longest it's been in a long time. And I'm not an astrologer. But it is an important event, and it's no accident that it's happening this year with all these other incredible cosmic events that are really impacting us and impacting humanity. So with that, before I get started, well, we're going to take a look at the energies for Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine. We're going to look at what's coming up relating to this eclipse, what this eclipse is going to reveal and support and help transform in both Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine. But before I do that, just real quick, some housekeeping. I want to say a huge welcome and thank you to each and every one of you that's here. I appreciate all that you guys do to keep this channel such a place of positivity and empowerment. That's my intention here with this channel. And you guys are just incredible. My clients that I do readings with and that I've done regular readings for quite a while and do healing sessions with, you guys really are transitioning and shifting, and it's so beautiful to watch and to be part of, to be honest. If you'd like a private reading with me, the information is down below in the description box. And I am starting out also on Instagram, so very new over there, but I do post special content over on my Instagram channel, which is Crystal Rose Insights, which gives you more things that I don't actually have here on YouTube. So if you haven't joined me over there, please do. Would love to see you over there. And yeah, I feel like that's it for now. So let's get started. So this full moon, this is a massive full moon for a variety of reasons, but one of my soul sisters, dearest friends in the entire universe, is an intuitive astrologer. She's amazing. If you've not checked out her channel, it's Conscious Cool Chic by Molly McCord. She does amazing intuitive astrology readings. So she uses astrology as a tool, but she's a guided intuitive, and she's been doing this for so many years, and she's just brilliant. And she's actually got a video, I'll post the link down below, to really explaining the energies of this lunar eclipse. So if you want to go more in depth on the nitty-gritty of what this eclipse is doing and bringing up, I'm going to recommend you watching her video that she did on that particular topic. But in general, this is about, she said it to me as, she says, this is a real turning point, especially for twin flames. Because twin flames have an incredibly important role in the collective consciousness. You know, when twin flames unify and come together in union, the energy is exponential. They're activating a grid across the planet to elevate consciousness for everybody. So this is a very important time. And this particular eclipse is really a lot about transformation and change, and this is going to force change if we're not being open to it. Okay, you know those parts of our souls where we're like, we know we need to do it, we kind of brush it aside. Well, the energies of this eclipse are going to force change, and not just for ourselves but for humanity. There's the potential of turning points, like the plot twists. Those types of energies are going to happen, like all of a sudden, whoa, things will be revealed, things will come to the surface. So with that, we're going to actually see what's going on with Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine. And to support this, we have this amethyst here. Although, of course, I always have my amethysts around me here. But this is a stone of the healer. This is the stone of the crown chakra, opening to spirit. It's a beautiful stone for anybody that is doing any sort of spiritual work, healing work. It's a magical stone, it really is. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a look at the overall energies for Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine and see what is coming up. Okay, so we have this Knight of Pentacles for Divine Masculine. I'm going to pull 3 cards, and then I'll explain what these are meaning. It's kind of like the overall theme for this eclipse. And that is in the reverse, and I'm going to leave it in the reverse. Yep. Oh my gosh, Spirit's already... I've already connected off camera and meditated off camera, by the way. And called in my guides and my divine team. All right, and then this one wants to come out. I'm going to leave that. I don't normally read reversals. Well, certain decks I do, certain decks I don't, and my decks know this, but sometimes Spirit goes, don't you turn that around, and they're asking me not to turn this around. So, here's what's interesting. So this is the overall energy for this eclipse. So this is coming into the eclipse. The Divine Masculine has been in a place where he is moving things forward in the physical plane. He is taking action to change things in his life, whether that's career, finances, move towards his Divine Feminine. He is making progress, but it's very, very slow progress, right? Because the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight in the Tarot. So it's like he's not charging ahead. He is just standing there. He's ready to move it forward. It is moving forward, but very, very slowly. And around now with this eclipse, I'm getting that there's going to be, he's really releasing past heartbreak, like the deepest, deepest heartbreak, fears around love with this 3 of Swords in reverse. Because the 3 of Swords is always about heartbreak and grief and sadness, but it's in the reverse, which means that's going to flip around for him. He's going to go from really releasing the things that have been holding him back in his journey when it comes to love, when it comes to fully opening up. And this is what's going to shift here in the with this eclipse, because this eclipse is about showing us the deepest parts of ourselves that need to be transformed. And I love how Molly describes it in her video that I'm going to link down below, where she says, this is the time to clean out the basement and the attic of your house. You know, not just cleaning your house, you're cleaning out the basement and the attic, which means all the stuff that's got cobwebs on it, that's old and musty and just has been around for a while, and you really don't need it anymore. So this past heartbreak is something the Divine Masculine is done with. He's done with this energy that's been holding him back from truly moving forward. And then kind of from this is going to come this 4 of Pentacles in reverse. So the 4 of Pentacles is about somebody that is, you know, it's black or white. He's not showing his cards. He's kind of holding everything close. He's not being very generous. And so it feels like because of the shift in the energy of releasing this old stuff, because anything energetically that's held in our bodies or in our souls, once it's released, there's room for new, there's room to give, there's room to flow. So I love this progression actually for Divine Masculine. This is really incredible. But it is like through this eclipse, it does look like he's going to be moving into this energy of being more open. They're saying being more open. He's going to be more free. He's going to be more open. He's going to have more to give because he's released this old stuff. Okay, so let's see what's going on with the Divine Feminine coming into this eclipse. Full moon eclipse on Friday. Okay. We're getting the Knight of Cups. Ace of Wands. And we'll get one more. I love it. Yeah. All right, guys. Very interesting already. Let me just get one more. And the Hierophant. So coming into this eclipse, Divine Feminines, you guys have been feeling your Divine Masculine coming towards you if he is already not doing this. We do have a lot of first wavers coming into union as we speak, have started to come into union, are in union, or just about to come into union. So coming into this eclipse, the Divine Feminine feels this energy. They know it. They may not have physical evidence of it yet, meaning that there may not be anything that has progressed in the physical plane because he's moving awfully slowly over here. but she feels it. It's like it's right there. It's right on the edge, even though there's really no evidence. It's more of an energetic feeling and a knowing. So the Divine Feminines coming into this have felt this, and this Ace of Wands is this passionate new beginning and this new endeavor, a brand new start. So some of you guys could be hearing from your Divine Masculines over this weekend for the first time possibly in a while, or maybe things progress to the next level, or there is this brand new start. So this eclipse is going to help bring in this this new beginning. This is this turning point, you know, the turning point. All of a sudden, boom, something happens, because there's a lot of shifts going on, and I feel like a lot of the divine counterparts are being awakened faster and faster, and faster. And it's interesting, if you guys probably watch her already, but Lunar Ash, she's amazing, and she just did a video this morning that I saw. It was a brief one about like the next few days are huge coming into this, so get ready, basically, twin flames. And I love her work so much. If you haven't watched her, you definitely need to watch her. She's just she puts out lots of amazing content and is so giving, and she's just amazing. So but you guys maybe already know her. So but she did mention that about this upcoming eclipse, and it's funny because I had just decided before I heard that video to do this video, and then I heard her video as I was eating some breakfast, and I was like, yep, there we go. This is why there's something big happening. So and then Divine Feminines, we're getting the Hierophant following this brand new beginning, is that this is, you know, it's going to move into a new level of spirituality, you know, because a lot of the journey is coming together with your divine counterpart, but the spiritual journey continues. It's not just about coming together and then that's the end of the story. The growth, the spiritual growth, everything continues in a much bigger way once union occurs, once harmonious union occurs. Okay, so this is continuing the spiritual journey. All right, so now I'm gonna get some other cards here. I want to see what are the revelations that are coming out of this. Let's see what revelations are coming out. Which deck am I going to use? I'm going to use the Energy Oracle. Let's see what, because this is about forced revelations sometimes, or like things, forced energies, like the things that you haven't been dealing. I'm getting the image, and it's really cute. I'm getting it this way. But I'm getting the image of where there's a group of teenage girls and a group of teenage boys there, and one of the boys wants to ask the girl out, but he's really shy and nervous, and one of his friends literally like pushes him towards her, and he's like standing out there in front of her like, oh crap, now I have to ask her out. I don't know why they're giving it to me that way, but it was very sweet. But it's sort of like the universe, the cosmic forces are going to bring about this, whether you're wanting it or not. These revelations, these changes, it's gonna it's just gonna do it. It's time. It's like shoving that little guy out there to ask his girl out. I'm getting the image of like preteens, like young teenagers who are super shy and nervous and really like each other. But anyway, it's very sweet. Let's see what the Divine Masculine, tell me about this. What is he going to be? What are his revelations going to be about? Yeah, there we go. They're going to be about marriage. He's going to have revelations, not revolutions, revelations about marriage and what this means in his life, whether he's in a marriage, that he's leaving because it's just run its course, whether he's moving towards his divine feminine and really thinking about marriage and what this means, because this is about legal contracts and balance when it comes to relationships. So definitely he's going to have a lot of realizations about this through this eclipse. It's going to make him realize, whether it's someone who maybe wasn't sure they ever wanted to get married again or go into a committed relationship again, you know, whether it's legal marriage or not, it's a committed relationship, a committed partnership, and the formality around that. And so, you know, they'll never get married again. Suddenly somebody goes, yeah, I think I really want it with this person because it's different. You know, there's definitely that happening. Very interesting. So let's see for the Divine Feminine. So we're getting the thinking man in reverse. And this particular deck, I do read the reversals. And the thinking man is somebody who's contemplative. It can sometimes be the indication of the divine masculine, making an offer of love, but it's about male wisdom, a male who's very wise and understanding. And there could just be somebody that there's just like breaking through in the direction of service, because this can sometimes be the card where it's like you're being called to do healing work. And if you've been feeling that nudge, wanting to move into a new career or a new hobby, many of my clients have, they have full-time jobs, but they're starting to learn things like Reiki or nutrition, or they're just really moving into what their soul is calling them to do. And it feels like there's something that's going to push the divine feminine forward when it comes to that. It can also indicate that there's a man in authority around you that's not really thinking about your best interests. Okay, so that could be a revelation for some of you, where there could be a male or an authority figure that is, seemingly benevolent, but they're not actually looking out for your best interest. So they might be in the form of a guide or a mentor or a teacher or just a person of influence in your life. And you might have a revelation that it's not quite aligned with you anymore. Maybe it's a former teacher or a former mentor of some kind, and all of a sudden you've just started to reveal. I don't know why I'm getting this image. I'm getting this, but it's coming through for a reason, so I'm going to say it. It's probably not going to apply to all of you, but there's some energy around organized religion and potentially some sort of thing coming out around organized religion that is like scandalous, or someone who's in this position of authority that isn't all what they claim to be. And I'll just leave it at that. Okay, so let's see what the divine we're going to get into what's being released now, and then we're going to get into what is awakening. So let's see what the divine masculine is in the process of releasing. Actually, I'm going to change decks. They're guiding me to this one instead. Sometimes they're like, no, not that one. Over here. I was listening. So let's see what the divine masculine is going to be releasing with this eclipse. I'm going to pull 3 cards for divine masculine and then 3 for divine feminine. What is divine masculine releasing? He's surrendering denial. It says, accept people and situations as they are without denying the difficulties. Then you can see things clearly and make the best decisions. So that, again, denial of what he wants or deserves or is longing for. Denying the connection, denying that, that the marriage or karmic relationship isn't working. It's just let go of the denial. Like this revelation. Something's going to force them to surrender that. And they're also saying surrender to silence. So he is going to be going inward, contemplating about healing and replenishing. Like he's releasing the need to always be doing. He's going to get a lot more introspective, it feels like. And then they're saying to surrender to your soul's path. So he's releasing the need to he's releasing, and this feels like the awakening also, but it says your life's journey has been perfectly designed for your soul's growth, and embrace every lesson in every moment. So through this eclipse, there's going to be, it's almost like I'm hearing uncle. I said it yesterday in my video, uncle, where it's like, okay, spirit, I know, uncle, like you've got it, you've got this. I know there's something bigger coming. It's not in my control. I can just be a participant in this, and I'm going to go and follow, but I know that you're in charge, basically. All right, let's see what divine feminine is in the process of releasing. Oh, I love it. It says, surrender to wonder and awe. Open to the magic of every moment and sense the awe and wonder in all of life. This attitude will help you keep connected to the ecstasy of flow. I can't tell you how many times in my guidance sessions and healing sessions with my clients I'm talking about this exact thing. Because it is, you know, there comes a point in the journey where you just know. It's like you know that it's going to happen. You've let go of expectations. You're not in this hoping. You're in this knowing energy. And sometimes when some of us are very intuitive and we get information, precognizant information, we channel, we get visions, whatever it is. And it's like, surrender to the wonder and awe, surrender to the journey, to this little surprises. Be curious about how things are going to unfold now, Divine Feminine. So letting go of needing to know and just being curious, like a little child who's curious. Every little new thing is curious and interesting, and let's just see it from that perspective. And they're saying surrender to your full power. I love it. Your life is calling for you to step into your full power rather than playing it small. Okay, so this is those of you guys, I know many of you are stepping into your power with your mission work and just opening up all these parts of you in your life that you haven't had before. And so this is what they're asking you to do. I mean, stepping into your power, because you've got this spiritual, passionate new beginning here. And you're powerful, Divine Feminine. Your energy is needed, as is the Divine Masculine, but... And then we're getting surrender to the beauty of the natural world. So they're saying this is about making sure that you are taking care of you, going outside, connecting to nature. That's where you're going to get a lot of your spiritual knowledge, but it's also going to be revitalizing for you. And obviously in the northern hemisphere here, we have summertime, so it's very easy to do that. But, you know, nature is magical. You know, if you've ever sat in a garden, a number of years ago, I did this practitioner 5-day intensive course on flower essences up in with Flower Essence Society up in Tahoe, Lake Tahoe area. And I spent 5 days in this magical place, and it was incredible. And one of the things I did when I came back from that course is I had some continuing requirements for it, and I had to do a flower study. And part of it was sitting in front of a flower and studying it and looking at its energy, drawing it, really being present with the energy of the flower and what it was here to heal. And guys, I sat down and stared at this. If you ever sit down and just look at one flower and just stare at it, you will be amazed at what comes. It's like the tiniest little flower that gets overlooked when you're rushing by. You sit there and you look at it and you're just present with it. It starts to come alive in front of your eyes. So this is what they're saying here, Divine Feminine. Very important, very important. So let's see what's awakening. Let's see what is awakening in the counterparts here. Let's see which deck I'm going to use. All right, I'm going to use this tarot deck. Let's see what's awakening. For Divine Masculine. The Tower, big revelations, big changes, like starting from an entirely new place, right? The Tower energy, it can be, you know, a big change that crumples everything down and starts everything anew, all different. But it can also just indicate a massive breakthrough. This is what's awakening. He's having a massive breakthrough this weekend, especially finally releasing some of this, really seeing what's happening, like the denial, being more generous, having more to give. And the Two of Wands is awakening for the Divine Feminine. So continuing on from this Ace of Wands to the Two of Wands. You know, she's leading the way. She's continuing to lead the way. She has the vision. She knows where it's going. She's calling in her divine counterpart, because the Ace of Wands is here, but he's just got one wand. But here she's awakening, having two. And what's really interesting in this, and I've never noticed it before, check this out. Oh my gosh. Holding one wand, but the other person is holding the second wand. So this is calling in your divine counterpart. This is what's awakening for Divine Feminines this weekend with this full moon. All right, well, I seriously have never noticed that on this card, that it's two different people, two different hands holding the wands. Partnership. You'd think I would have noticed that by now, but I haven't. So, but there's a reason I'm noticing it now during this reading. All right, I'm going to pull an advice card. Actually, I'm going to pull a romance card. Let's end up with this romance angels for this reading. Romance angels, how is this eclipse, the divine masculine and this eclipse coming together for a union? How is the divine masculine using this eclipse? What is happening with the union relating to this eclipse, please? And separation. So some of you still may be in separation, and that's okay. So this feels like this is a message for those of you that are in separation. So this is acknowledging that this is happening likely within not being together. It could mean that they need a little time apart as they're processing this stuff. So if your divine masculine's been in touch with you and suddenly they kind of go away for a little bit, that's okay, because it's part of it. This part of the surrendering to silence, right? It's already come here. He's got to go into contemplation, meditation, being on his own a little bit, especially if he's having massive breakthroughs. Like, you can't necessarily have a big breakthrough when you're surrounded by all these other people. It almost you have to allow the stillness and the space for that to happen. And let's get one for Divine Feminine. How is this relating to her and union? Calling in your soulmate. So this is, again, very consistent, supporting you. Calling in your soulmate, part of this process. You surrendering to your power, surrendering to wonder and awe. You know, really moving forward in this way. Yeah, it feels very much like this is the Divine Feminine holding out her. It's like she's just energetically magnetizing towards her. So no matter what's happening in the physical plane, as the Divine Masculine is going through this weekend, she's still like calling him in. She's not taking action. She's not moving forward with it or doing anything. She's other than being the Divine Feminine. All right, guys. Well, very interesting reading for sure about this upcoming eclipse. So if you guys want a private reading with me, that's the way to get specific energies or specific messages pertaining to you directly. This is a general reading, so as always, take what resonates and leave the rest. But I'm kind of excited. I want to hear what's going on with you guys and what's happening, and if you're feeling these things building, and kind of what's going on. I know with many of my clients, stuff has been brewing and building, and there's just things popping and happening. So I'd love to hear from you guys too, how things have been for you. All right, guys, until next time, I send you so much love. Bye.